Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. When most of us hear long-term health care plan, we think of insurance. But this isn't necessarily so. While a long-term care insurance policy may be part of your health care planning, it isn't a plan. Even those who don't need long-term care insurance need a long-term health care plan. I recently heard a presentation by Carolyn McClanahan, who's an MD turned CFP. She says about 70% of Americans will need some type of long-term care. And your odds of needing it increase as you get older, and also if you are female, have a family history of chronic health conditions, have a poor diet, don't exercise, or live alone. It could be if you have all those, your chances are 99% of needing some type of long-term health care. Two major issues to consider in creating your own long-term care plan are where you will live and how you will pay for the care that you're going to likely need. Now, most seniors want to live in their own homes, as Carolyn puts it, until their toenails turn blue. No matter how appealing it is to you or how focused you are in staying in your own home, it just simply may not be realistic. Here are some important items that Carolyn says to consider that can make your home old age friendly. First, close proximity and access to needed services like grocery stores, restaurants, and medical facilities. Second, available interaction with other people. This can be really important in old age. Third is a plan for home maintenance. How is the home going to be cared for, inside and outside? Fourth is accessibility for wheelchairs and walkers. Fifth, minimal stairs, level surfaces, and the ability to accommodate ramps inside and out. Sixth, non-skid floors in baths and especially in showers. 7, grab bars and easy-to-reach utilities. 8, cameras at floor levels. That's the least intrusive to monitor your activity. 9th, whether the home can be dementia-proofed. And number 10, whether in-home medical and support services are available. You are willing to use them and you can afford them. A lot of things to think about. Even with a goal of staying in your home, your plan should specify how to determine if it's time for you to move into a long-term care facility. Perhaps when friends or family feel it's a safety issue, or you can no longer perform certain functions, or transportation becomes an issue. It's important to set these triggers when you're completely independent, well ahead of the time that you are entering into these triggers when denial can be so pervasive. The second large concern, of course, is how to pay for long-term health care. This is where long-term care insurance can come in handy, but it's expensive and it often doesn't cover all the expenses. Paid care includes nursing facilities, which are the most expensive alternatives, followed by assisted living facilities, independent living apartments, adult daycare, and in-home care. However, most long-term health care is unpaid. In 2015, over 34 million adults provided unpaid health care service to seniors with a value of over $500 billion. Half of them, or just over 17 million people do so because they have no other choice. The average caregiver spends 24 hours a week providing care, with 25% of them spending over 40 hours a week, and will serve in this role for an average of 4 years. The average cost to caregivers in lost wages, benefits, and out-of-pocket expenses is $300,000 to $700,000. And consider that this caregiver could be your child. This is where I have often said that it's far better to take care of yourself in retirement and let your kids pay for their own college than pay for your kids' college and then let them take care of you in retirement. It's going to cost them 3 to 7 times more to take care of you than to fund their own college education. The more retirement savings you have then, the more you can avoid placing this burden on your family members. If you are approaching retirement without adequate income, you may want to consider working longer and or reducing spending now in order to provide for your long-term needs. Obviously, we are a nation that isn't planning well for old age. Many of us feel that by not talking about long-term care planning, it is somehow not going to become a reality. The ultimate reality is that by not planning, most elders and their caregivers will have few to no options when they need care. Creating your own long-term health care plan before you need it can increase your options and help you live out your life with more comfort and dignity. Thanks for joining me.